Oh, there we go. Here's this view.
I'll drive you first through, and then you decide where to. They don't let you stop. Anyway, that was. The Constructal law states that for a system, a flow system, meaning a moving thing, to persist in time, which means to keep moving, to be alive. That's the definition of life for everything as physics. Then this thing that moves must have the freedom to morph, to change, to flow more and more easily for greater access. This is the mother of all visible design or organization that happens by itself. Today, this phenomenon, meaning before the Constructal law, has been categorized in physics as self-organization, self-optimization, animal design, technology evolution, government, and rule of law. All these things just happen naturally, and the Constructal law underpins them all. I empowered the science with a law that summarizes the multitude of phenomena that many considered obvious, irrefutable, but disconnected. It is a big thing, in my opinion, to replace a mountain of observations with a simple statement. So in order to make it possible for the book of science to remain thin. First question in constructive theory is be sure you understand and tell everybody else what flows. If what flows, knowledge flows. What is knowledge?
Yeah.
Knowledge is ability to effect, to make design change. Clearly, in order to live, I need some other flows. So this is my knowledge coming in. But what I'm doing is, in fact, the other tree, going to this myriad of users or people who remember what I said. The people who buy my books.
Yeah.
So students, readers.
Yeah.
We're talking about stages and stages, because one student then becomes a professor somewhere else, and that professor.
No, but stop for a second. These are the clients of your knowledge, but your knowledge is delivered in certain forms. It's a paper, it's a book, it's a classroom speech.
No. Knowledge is not information. The book by itself, you can light the fire with it. Knowledge is what's in the living creative individuals.
Yeah, but you need to deliver it in some form. What's the form you deliver that knowledge?
In the form that the student 4 years ago is not the same student as now, having him or her been taught by me and my colleagues.
So it's you in the classroom.
In the classroom, in the research lab, the student is a carrier of the knowledge that
a recipient.
The carrier, the student is a conveyor belt of some of Adrian.
Okay. Okay.
You see, I'm a virus. The student carries the virus forward.
I understand.
The world cannot get rid of me when I die, because you see, I have impregnated the students with constructal theory.
Yeah.
You see, this thing that created the new it is just like this thing. The student has listened to many, but in particular has listened to me. Is doing the same thing to disseminate, to spread the doctrine. So the contribution is to simplify, to cut to the chase, to eliminate boredom and repetition, to create more time and more freedom for all the listeners and thinkers to think about better things, new things. That's the contribution. Let's go eat lunch.
That's great.
Yeah.